For today's cup of coffee, another highly disturbing story. You know, when tech advances faster than ethics, there's a severe problem. We currently have a severe problem on many fronts. This comes from Daily Star and is by Adela Whittingham. Whittingham, you people, you Brits. And this was from June the 25th of 2024. And again with the term Boffins. So that means experts, they want to mess with AI and people. And this is just incredible. And it's written here, a scientist has come up with a creepy new idea, he says, will fast track a criminal's release in minutes. Molecular biologist Hashem Al-Ghali says prisons could use AI to implant synthetic memories of a crime into the perpetrator's brain, showing it from the victim's perspectives. Now, just let that sink in just for a second. And it says, while the rehabilitation would last for several minutes, it could seem like years to the criminal. So that's disturbing, and he suggests a VR-like device that would stream AI-generated footage of the crime, including offenses like domestic violence, hate crimes, and discrimination, embezzlement, insider trading, theft, and fraud. There are no hate crimes. There are crimes that are hateful. All crimes are hateful. So this is this whole inversion of words and speech, which goes on to change how people think and act. This would be aided by a brain implant to induce emotional states like remorse or regret, which would force the offender to feel the pain and suffering their victim endured. So it's intentional suffering on that. It says in a video on YouTube, prisoners, I have not watched the video, prisoners can be seen to be encased within a futuristic looking pod, wearing a Cognify device, that's what's on your screen, over their heads with a display across their eyes and headphones covering their ears. Explaining the concept, which Al-Ghali has dubbed Cognify, the scientist says prisoners would undergo high-resolution brain scanning to create a detailed map of their neural pathways. The map would allow the Cognify device to target specific brain regions responsible for memory, reasoning, and logical thinking, he said. Al-Ghali said, quote, Cognify could someday create and implant artificial memories directly into the prisoner's brain. These complex, vivid, and lifelike memories are created in real time using AI-generated content. Inside the criminal's mind, time would pass differently, slower than in real life, making them experience years' worth. Depending on the seriousness of the subject's crime and their sentence, the memories could be tailored to the real rehabilitation needs of each subject. And some memories are designed to trigger consequences and trauma. Such memories could simulate the long-term consequences of violent actions, such as the grief of the victim's family or the physical and emotional trauma endured by the victim. The artificial memories implanted by the Cognify would be seamlessly incorporated into the existing neural networks of the brain, preventing cognitive dissonance and ensuring the subject experiences the memories as if they were real, end quote. I keep getting visions as far as Clockwork Orange on some of this stuff. According to Al-Ghali, the concept would revolutionize the criminal justice system and reduce the need for long prison sentences. It would also save money, as less would be needed to spend on the cost of traditional prisons like construction, maintenance, staffing, and prisoner care like food and health care. Now, I think that this should chill anybody's blood. Now, are there people that commit crimes to the point that they no longer can be in society? Yes. Is there a need for prisons and mental health hospitals? We need long stay mental health facilities again. Yes, because we have broken people. But because it's someone who views themselves as not, I think this is sadistic. I think it's totally and completely sadistic. So I would like for somebody to do an evaluation of this biologist, that he could sit there and intentionally cause suffering to another human because that he's on the current right side of the law, which changes at a whim. And the fact that they used the verbiage there such as hate crimes, discrimination, this is some dangerous shit. It really is. And it's like Alan Watts one time, he had the perfect question. He said, who is guarding the guards? And we're in a world right now, we're in a shit show. I mean, we truly, yeah, it's just a shit show. And to sit there and cause someone to endure the suffering of lifetimes or of years, rather, how are they going to get the perspective of the victim? No, they're going to make up their version of suffering. That does not make it's not an eye for an eye on these things. And as someone who has dealt with inmates for years in various and sundry forms, most of these people were traumatized as children. And so that causes them to do things that are outside of the law currently. We've got criminals all over the place. They're running governments. So again, do you really want those people that it's rules for thee but not for me to be in charge of some kind of device or technology like this? That's insane. And like I said, this biologist thoroughly believed that he's sadistic. And it's like this, if he wants to do this, he needs to have himself as the number one test subject. Because historically, horrific things have been done to inmates and people in mental hospitals. Any kind of perverted, psychotic experiment that wanted to be done were done on those people because they were behind walls, away from prying eyes. A lot of these things still go on. People don't want to think about it. It's out of sight, out of mind. But this was, like I said, it got to me. It got to me. Now, if he had said something, it's like, okay, let's help these people learn how to deal with their trauma. Let's get a device that helps them learn how to develop empathy, different things like that. No. What he has invented is a torture device. New and improved AI bullshit. And it's just like that one dude, that whatever his name was, that talked about the cyber Satan. Here you go. Here's another disciple right there. So if you've had experiences with paranormal, supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, oh my God, cyber Satan. Tinfoil hats. I wish this was a tinfoil hat. Stuff that they call tinfoil hat, that is so in the past that it's almost like going back and looking at and petting a puppy. This shit is unimaginable. Anyhow, you can send me an email, cupofcoffeewithscream at gmail.com. That's there in the description box someplace. This one, I am shooketh. I truly am. And I'll put the link in the description box. Like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. I'm on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and on X. And that's Warlanda, COCWS. It's short for Cup of Coffee with Scream over there. And if you go over there, Let me know that you're there. Say, hey, I'm here from BitChute. I'm here from Rumble, whatever, so that I'll know who you are. You'll get better interaction. I usually try to be kind to anybody, depend if they're kind to me. Even if they're not, I try to sit there and go, well, maybe they're having just a really, really bad day and they need to vent. Well, they could do so in a proper manner. So if that's what the case is, let me know beforehand. Know that you are loved, and prayer like never before. If it's been years since you've prayed, if you've never prayed before, I ask you, humble yourself and pray. Pray not only for my family, pray for America, pray for our world right now. It truly does matter. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.